You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Happy Monday, everybody. It's been a wonderful start of the year. 2024 has not been playing. It's been moving fast, and I know that there's quite a bit that's going on that's probably drawing your attention every which way direction. But I think it's very important that we always remember to check in with ourselves. And today I want to talk about the importance of going after your dreams relentlessly, because the one thing that I know for sure is that your dreams belong to you, and only you know what that looks like. Now, it may shape itself to become something greater, but at the beginning of all the aspects and the desires is your own feelings, your own ambitions, and your own thoughts. So in order for things to really move, you have to start the engine. You have to be the force that brings the attraction and the magnetism towards whatever it is that you desire. So if you're going after your dreams relentlessly, that does not mean that you're not going to face obstacles. It doesn't mean that you're going to have times where you feel like you're going to burn out. There may be some huge levels of disappointment that come and go. But at the end of the day, it's your vision, it's your dream, it's your desire. And so because it's specifically to you, you have to be the one that keeps it alive and gives it a pulse. And I'm going to encourage you to know that it's not unheard of to make that type of decision and start that pursuit and not feel like you're absolutely in it alone. Because the true reality of it is that it is your dream. It is your thoughts. It is your feelings and emotions that have just collectively gathered up to create this desire that is drawing you or pulling you to see it to come into fruition. So in order for us to get where we want to get, then you just got to be ready to take the steps and the journeys of what it requires of you to get to that successful level with it. So, guys, y'all know what time it is. It's Monday, and it's time for Sonny's Monday Motivation. Let's go. Welcome to Loudmouth Radio Network. My name is Sonny. As a former professional athlete turned entrepreneur realtor and the producer of Loudmouth Radio Network, I look forward to bringing content to you that empowers, inspires, and entertains you. Tune in each week as we have unscripted and unfiltered talks from entrepreneurship, real estate, politics, entertainment, comedy, LGBTQ topics, day-to-day life, and everything in between. All shows available on demand 24/7 on your favorite podcast platforms. San Jacinto, Temecula Valley areas, and throughout the Inland Empire. Are you looking to become a homeowner in 2024? Register today for the New Home in the New Year seminar hosted by Sold by Sonny. Let's get you from rental to homeowner in the new year. Get the latest insight of down payment assistance programs, whether you purchased a home before or purchasing for the first time. We want to make sure you're provided with the necessary information needed for you to buy your new home in 2024. Look forward to seeing you there.
Hello, my name is Takasha Smith. I'm the owner of Takasha's Kitchen, based out of Menifee, in the Southern California area. As a chef and caterer, I provide private cooking classes, couples dinners, and private parties. As a female pitmaster, I am able to create a personalized experience for your family reunion gatherings. I create menus based on my clients' needs to have a more personal vibe. You can find Takasha's Kitchen on all social media networks such as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my YouTube channel at Takasha's Kitchen. And that's spelled TACASHAS Kitchen, KITCHEN.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Diamond Valley Lodge, the one-of-a-kind, unique, exotic dining experience for the whole family. Have dinner with real tigers at Diamond Valley Lodge's 100% safe, unique dinner party experience. Ever dine just feet away from a majestic Bengal tiger? Now you can. A magical evening under the stars with open-air seating in an exotic Zen garden, just feet away from some of the most majestic creatures on the planet, all crown jewels of nature. Dinners are served on Friday and Saturday, brunch on Sunday. Reservation only by calling 855-9-TIGERS or 951-390-2670 or visit diamondvalleylodge.com.
The real truth is a lot of us have bore witness to people that have had things that they've desired. It could be a friend, it could be a sibling, it could be a relative, it could be a peer, it could be a classmate, just random variations of people in our lives that we go through these intersections, right? And sometimes people feel comfortable enough to share some of their ambitions and they'll voice them. And then you also have people that may never voice it, but they're actively working on it and working towards it. Either way, everyone gets a fair opportunity to go after what they desire because it's our own free will, right? But for many of us, if you've actually taken on a real physical and emotional and mental focus to see something that you call a quote unquote passion or a dream, then it goes without saying that, it can be extremely difficult. There'll be times when you feel like giving up. There are going to be times when you feel like maybe you can't pull this off. And then there may be instances where things start coming around and shaping themselves and they start the direction and the momentum of what your desires are. And that's always wonderful when the universe, conspires with you, right? But the beginning and getting to that point is a lot in the middle. In that middle section, that gray area, there's the trial, the tribulations, the start, the stop, the fail, the keep going, the stop, the forward, is all of these things that are happening in the midst that really a lot of times people don't know. They don't see it. They don't witness it. They don't take part in it. So they don't have the same commitment or desire that you would have naturally, right? Because it is yours. So that's where moments like now, where I'm having these discussions with you, and I know that you probably have had countless discussions with yourself about how this is important to you. And something that may have started as an idea, a concept, an aha moment, any of those different things that drew inspiration and helped to form the aspect of what you're working towards has all been in the position of a part of the system of it happening. And so systematically speaking, it is not unheard of that you feel levels of burnout and frustration. Now, if you come from a group or a family, or you maybe have some really close friends, then you might have some accountability partners that may be on this journey with you. I remember a few years ago hearing about these 4 black guys that were friends, and they all had ambitions, and I think they all made decisions to go after their goals of success as far as their careers. So I think one's a doctor, some's an attorney, but they had all these different career choices, and each and every one of them excel and exceeded to that point of reaching that goal. But what's wonderful about seeing something like that is that they kind of created their own buddy system, and they relied on the positivity that they were trusting their group of friendship to encompass and to circle in. And so everybody kind of stayed the course. Everyone stayed with the big picture in mind of what they wanted to do and that they were going to achieve it individually, but together. Now, most of us may not have that. We may not have that support system, or you may not have a spouse that will support you. You may not have a family or family members that will support you. You may have friends that, they'll pull up on you and they'll do certain things, but, it's not uncommon to not have this whole element that takes what you want to do and run. It's very, very rare. And even when you're given financial opportunities or some type of volunteerism or sweat labor, whatever it is, it goes with something else. And a lot of that is going to be driven from your energy, your relentlessness to see it through. I can remember when I was working on my previous web series, Still Gray. In this project, man, it was a 4 or 5 year time period of writing, character development, storylines, research, Just really trying to shape it and take something that came to me in a form and a character and build a story around it. And I remember as I would interact with people and come into different social settings and social groups, I started noticing different people who to me embodied the characters that I created. Now, they had no clue that I was over here doing this. They had no clue that the judge had this type of makeup, or that his wife would be this and their children had this, or that the bailiff would be like this, or that the attorneys would be like this. And so all of this is coming from my own imagination. But there are physical people that I'm interacting with, or I'm observing, or I'm around, or I've had some type of notification to where I was like, yo, they would be an ideal person for this role. And believe it or not, majority of my cast, I chose them. I had already given them this rite of passage, and I was really waiting on them to step in and say, yo, Sonny, I believe in the project and I'm good. Let's go with it. And so I was able to take the majority of the people that were in that project from my own observation. And luckily, I had such a clear vision of about what I wanted to see happen that these people felt comfortable enough to take the steps with me. Because I think that at the end of the day, it may have been a 6 or 7 year time period, but I was relentless about bringing it to existence. And so because of that, it allowed me an opportunity to take something that I formulated in my mind and bring it into the physical. But it did not go without tremendous amount of moments of stress or some struggle in different aspects. It took financial requirements to support it, whether it was investments or people that were crowdfunding and supporting the project, or doing online ticket sales, just variation. Did premieres and screenings of the project, put it online and had it working through that aspect. So there's a lot that goes behind the scenes a lot of times with things that we desire. And when you have something that is of magnitude, it can be easy to feel like it's overwhelming and feel like that it's so much bigger than what you're capable of, and you don't necessarily have all the answers of how you're going to get it done, but you have a clear vision of what you want to do. And sometimes that's the main thing, that if you can at least have the vision and have a desire of what it would look like, that helps the process to go. And so one of the biggest things is that clarity and that ambition to work it to where it becomes tangible. And I tell you guys, it's such a wonderful feeling to know that you have been successful in staying the course with something that you have desired for yourself. Now, it may involve other people, but it started with you, and it took your own your own desire to lock in and commit to it and to stay with it and not to stray from it. And because of that, it takes on its own energy and synergy that magnetizes people around you. And these are some of the moments that allow you to have an opportunity to have something that you want so much to take place. So for many of you all who may be thinking about this project or thinking about this job or business, or maybe you want to take a vacation, maybe you want to experience something that you've never done, whatever it is, hold on to it, hold on to it and work relentlessly to bring it to the point of where you want it to be. And it may take a long time, right? I know the movie Avatar, this vision of Avatar was 20 something years before the film could be made, because the visionary had to wait for the technology to come along to be able to create what he physically saw in his mind. Right. So, I'm talking a lot about, the film world, because I'm heavily in that realm right now, even with my content with my radio. The subject matter and the topics and things of that nature, I draw an inspiration, and then I think about what, those talking points and the things that matter and how I want to see them conveyed. And so when I'm actually physically able to get to the mic, put this content down, speak it and record it, then take it into production, I'm already anticipating what it's going to sound like at the end. So guys, when I tell you, make a point of going after your dreams relentlessly, because it is only going to be you that's going to keep that engine warm and keep that vehicle running. And the more you commit, the more you show up for you, and the more you stay focused on what it is that you want, you will start bringing people towards you, and it will magnetize them to where they'll feel compelled to partake. And I'm not saying that that's going to happen at a certain period of time, because sometimes it may not be until you right at the end of it, or people had to kind of see the proof of concept to know exactly what you were talking about, or they had to bear witness to something to be able to see the bigger picture. Because remember, it is in your mind, right? It is in your goal, in your goal box. So make sure you stay steady. That's the biggest thing. And don't forget that along the way, there may be times you have to put it down. You may have to pause. You may have to, rewrite the way you may have wanted it to look or do or feel. But if it is really that important to you, I encourage you to continue to go after your dreams relentlessly and see it through. And I wish you all the best and success in any endeavors that you're putting forth for your own purpose. And hopefully whatever you're doing will be impactful for the world, right? All right, y'all. Until we speak then, I'm going to give you guys a fair love of desire of a beautiful week. I know it's extremely hot, and almost every part of the world right now is just extremely hot. So make sure you stay safe, you stay hydrated, and we'll talk next week, y'all. Later.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.